Marinara sauce. Marinara sauce has 4 ingredients, and yet it is such a versatile, such a delicious sauce. So we have a little bit of olive oil. It is the quintessential Italian triad, you know? Garlic, oil, and tomato. So lots of garlic. I like lots of garlic in my marinara. And I slice it. You could crush it. You could chop it if you really want a lot of it. But this is a lot. Let me put a little bit, but I have a lot of tomato. A little more olive oil. And this is the beginning of the marinara sauce. Just let the garlic just get golden. You know, you don't want it brown because then it gets bitter. Just golden, and we'll pour in the San Marzano tomatoes. The San Marzano, those long, sexy-looking tomatoes that I always talk to you about. But they're wonderful because they have a lot of pulp, very few seeds, and the skin is very thin. In this case, of course, they peel the skin off. And I like them also crushed, especially for a marinara. I like my marinara chunky. So you can pass it through a food meal, which will give you a smoother texture. Do not put it in the food processor because that collects a lot of air, and the tomatoes become fluffy and pink rather than nice and red. And you want a nice, bright, vibrant marinara. Okay. I will slosh the bowl. We don't want to waste any of it, but you do need a little more liquid by the time it cooks, because the marinara is not as dense as the tomatoes. It shouldn't be as dense as a tomato sauce, really. It should be runny and flowing. And the uses of marinara are endless. We will be making today spaghetti marinara and a plop on top of fresh ricotta, simple, delicious. We will be making filet of striped bass in almost a puttanesca sauce with garlic, oil, and olives and capers, a little spice, and a chicken breast with the marinara sauce just topped with a slice of mozzarella that will sort of ooze right into the sauce. Now let's give a little zest to the marinara, a little peperoncino. You know I like that. Salt. Need to season it with salt. And basil. I want the flavor of basil to permeate really the whole marinara. So I'm going to put whole branches of it in it and let it cook. And then we can remove that and add some freshness at the end. You know how I usually cook my herbs, put them in first, and then reinforce it with a fresh addition at the very end. Now basil. Basil has become part of the American table. It is easy to grow. You can grow it on a windowsill. If you have a patch of land, you can grow. And it comes in, I would say, at least 30, 40 different. There's a mint basil, there's a purple basil. So whatever your preference is, there are little tinges of differences in each basil. But a good branch of the traditional, simple basil is really great for a marinara. Okay. Do we like a lot of basil? Yeah, I like a lot of basil. Okay. And marinara should cook vigorous, quick, because you want it quick, you want it fresh, and yet you want it cooked. So pick up the heat, let it come to a boil, then lower it a little bit, but let it just perk away for about 20 minutes, and you have yourself a grand, grand Italian classic.